See, first we will explain the overall approach for the three courses. In fact, one is the economics optional, second economic service, and third is grade B DEPR. And what is common between these three examinations, and what are the separate things which is required for the only DEPR or only for economic service. So in terms of the overall duration of the course, about 150 to 160 lecture will be for optional content. 150 to 160 lecture is spread over almost 5 to 6 months. So expect your course of optional to get over by year end. But for economic service and RBI, it will end by February or March. So you can expect 2.5 months more for economic service and the RBI DPR, because the content for economic service and RBI DPR is more as compared to the optional. Now in this, if you are covering for the economic service, the all 150 to 160 lecture is included here. In fact, that optional content is basically part of the, or you can say a subset of the economic service, except one minor difference. In the Indian economy section, in the optional we cover Indian economy in the pre-independence period also. Pre-independence period, that is a economic history, that is not part of the syllabus of economic service, not part of the syllabus of RBI DPR. So remaining other part, which is a micro, macro, money and finance, international, growth and development, and other aspect of the Indian economy, is very much part of the economic service. So again I repeat, we are covering basically there are three different courses. I will explain the detail of all three first. So initial half an hour will be taken in order to explain that part. Half an hour में explain करेंगे how will be providing the content, in what way it will be approached, what are the different core feature of your course. So regarding three batches, first information about the course, so that part is clear. So expecting your course of optional to be over by year end, and for economic service and RBI by February or March. Now the feature of this foundation batch for all will be, one will be the in terms of the lecture content. So in terms of the lecture content, we know that about 150 to 160 for optional, 275 around for RBI and the DPR, economic service. Then second part that you get here is, in this course, is a markup program, which is a daily answer writing program including the test series. It is a daily answer writing program including the test series. That means for every day you get a schedule. Day 1, micro market structure. From that topic you get 5 questions with a detailed model answer and discussion. What you have to do basically, try to learn that model answer and write it. Try to learn that model answer and then write it. The purpose of that daily answer writing is that it will help you to learn content. It will develop the answer writing skill, and it will further improve your performance of the regular test. So I will show you the schedule. What is the schedule for this daily markup program? Now third thing is the test. So for optional there will be 12 tests, 8 for paper 1 and 4 for paper 2. In economic service there will be 20 tests. Format अलग है, सबके टेस्ट अलग होंगे. It is not common. Lecture will be common, but your test will be separate. So for optional there will be 12 tests, and for economic service there will be 20 tests. Out of that 20, 6 will be for general economics 1 paper, 4 each for general economics 2, 3 and Indian economy, and 1 each for general studies and general English. Then for RBI DPR, because वहाँ format फिर अलग हो जाता है, there will be 12 tests separate, 6 for phase 1 and 6 for phase 2. Fourth is the study material, which is compilation of different sources. That means for any particular topic, इस topic को किस book में किस chapter से cover करना है, compilation of that will be a part of your study material. So you will be getting that in physical copy as well as the soft copy. So some physical and all will be available in the soft copy. Mainly the Indian economy जहाँ changes ज़्यादा होते हैं, अपग्रेडेशन ज़्यादा होता है, वो soft copy में रहेगा. बट जो core part है जो change नहीं हो रहे, like micro का part है, macro है, international है, growth and development है, you will be getting the hard copy also. And the fifth is the regular guidance and the mentorship. Now start first with the syllabus part. So first see the syllabus of optional. In paper 1 there will be 5 subtopic. One is advanced microeconomics. Within that microeconomics there are 4 parts: Marshallian and Wallacean approach, then market structure, distribution theories and welfare. One thing I will explain here is that one part of the syllabus you are able to see जो written है, but there may be question outside it also, जो unwritten part है syllabus का. Unwritten part like consumer theory is not written here, production is not written here, but in some year you will find question from the consumer theory also as well as from production also. So occasionally they have deviated from the written syllabus. So objective of this class will be to draw the outer boundary. We will cover the core one, जो mention है वो तो cover करनी है, प्लस जो unwritten part है वो भी cover करनी है आपको. But how you will interpret the syllabus? Syllabus says market structure, monopolistic, duopoly, oligopoly, 3 वर्ड लिखे हुए बस, बट वहाँ से more than 50 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. So what to cover in oligopoly? We will elaborate that syllabus through past year question. कि पास्ट ईयर में ओलिगोपोली सेक्शन से कौन कौन से टॉपिक के क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं. तो लास्ट 25 ईयर का क्वेश्चन आपके पास टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड है, टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेटेड है. दैट मीन्स व्हेन विल बी स्टार्टिंग दिस क्लास से विद अ माइक्रो मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर, आई विल शो ऑल द क्वेश्चन ऑफ द मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर सेपरेट, कि दीज आर द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर टॉपिक. ठीक है, लास्ट में से लेकर के 25 से लेकर के 2000 तक के क्वेश्चन है, उससे पहले के भी क्वेश्चन इनफैक्ट जितने भी क्वेश्चन अवेलेबल है और आर सेग्रीगेटेड टॉपिक वाइज. क्लियर? सो वी हैव टू इंटरप्रेट द सिलेबस थ्रू क्वेश्चन. So one section is micro, similar pattern will be in the macro. In macro again there are some topic not written here, like you can find it is written classical, it is written ISLM, Keynesian model, but what is missing is the inflation and unemployment, Phillips curve, Taylor's rule, Okun's law. ये सारे important question हैं जो पेपर में पूछे जा रहे हैं, but it is not written here directly. Third part will be the money, banking and finance. Fourth important topic will be the international economics. International economics will have 2 parts basically. It has 2 parts in the sense one section is micro and other is macro. International के 2 section है. Micro, when I say it is cover all the theories. So when you study the theories of international trade, it is micro in approach. And when we study the balance of payment and foreign exchange market, it becomes macro in approach. So BOP is basically macro and trade theories is micro. So international economics has 2 parts, micro and macro. And the fourth will be important area will be the growth and development. Regarding the growth and development, there are different models of the growth. Again you can see some models written here, many not written here, many not written here. It is simply saying Harrod's model 1, then Lewis model, balance and unbalance, human capital and research and development. Apart from that, there are, apart from balance and unbalance, Harrod model is there, Harrod-Domer model is there, Romer model is there, AK model is there, critical minimum effort है, dependency model है, 2-gap model है. So there are many growth models. So we have to cover all those growth model, plus in this section the topic of environmental economics will be there, welfare indicator will be there like HDI, ISDI, जितने भी welfare के different indicator है, all we will have to cover here. So growth and development is the 5th topic for paper 1, and paper 2 is divided into broadly 2 parts. One part is the Indian economy in the pre-independence period, and this section is exclusively only for optional, not for economic service. Economic service में Indian economy means it is after independence, but optional में it is after and before both. So one part is the pre-independence, second is post-independence or after independence, divided further into 2 parts, pre-liberalization period, so pre-91 period and post-91 period or since 1991. but better to approach Indian economy in a sector wise analysis. Sector wise means cover one sector for the pre-independence, take then agriculture. So when you are reading agriculture, then agriculture pre-liberalization and post-liberalization both, टोटलिटी में एग्रीकल्चर कवर करना है. एग्रीकल्चर के क्वेश्चन आपको सेपरेट पहले मिल जाएंगे कि एग्रीकल्चर सेक्शन से कौन कौन से क्वेश्चन आए हुए हैं, ठीक है. देन फॉर इंडस्ट्री सर्विसेज, देन पब्लिक फाइनेंस, मॉनेटरी मैनेजमेंट, एक्सटर्नल सेक्टर, we can cover all problems like poverty, unemployment, population inequality as one, planning as one, all current schemes, because Indian economy में एक important part हो जाता है गवर्नमेंट के जितने भी recent policies हैं, current schemes हैं, all will be covered as one section. So the entire part has been basically divided as into 10 different areas like this. टॉपिक वाइज सेग्रीगेशन है ये सिलेबस का. इट विल बी हेल्पिंग यू. ये सिलेबस का कैटेगराइजेशन ज़्यादा बेटर है. वन कैटेगरी एज द इंडियन इकोनॉमी इन द प्री इंडिपेंडेंस पीरियड, देन एग्रीकल्चर, देन इंडस्ट्री एंड सर्विसेज, पब्लिक फाइनेंस, मॉनेटरी सिस्टम, एक्सटर्नल सेक्टर, पॉवर्टी, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इनइक्वालिटी, देन ग्रोथ कंपोजिशन एंड रिकॉर्ड, प्लानिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट, एंड ऑल गवर्नमेंट स्कीम एंड दी करंट अफेयर्स. ये लास्ट में लेते हैं बिकॉज बाय दैट टाइम जितने भी डेवलपमेंट्स होंगे वो इंक्लूड हो जाएंगे. And we will have 1 week extra class for the Indian economy in the month of February after economic survey and budget will come. ठीक है, कंटेंट अगर पहले भी हो जाएगा तो आपका फरवरी में 1 वीक एक्स्ट्रा लेक्चर होंगे फॉर इकोनॉमिक सर्वे एंड द यूनियन बजट. नाउ विच टॉपिक टू बी कवर्ड फ्रॉम विच बुक, दैट मीन्स व्हाट विल बी द सोर्सेज. नाउ रिगार्डिंग द सोर्सेज ऑफ पेपर 1 एंड पेपर 2, ठीक है, आपको ये पीपीटी मिल जाएगा इसमें, डोंट वरी. लाइक इन माइक्रो मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर इज वन टॉपिक. इन यू हैव टू कवर दिस मार्केट स्ट्रक्चर टॉपिक फ्रॉम कोट्सानिस चैप्टर 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 एंड 13 चैप्टर मेंशन है. Xerox of these chapter will be included in your micro spiral. माइक्रो के स्पायरल में इंक्लूडेड होगा. Then welfare, distribution and martial and evaluation, some will be included there and all will be basically uploaded. Then for macroeconomics, for the classical model, better to read Freund. All answer related to the classical model question you can attempt only from 2 chapters, chapter 3, chapter 4 of Freund. Just read only 2 chapters for the classical model. And for Keynesian model, chapter 3, 4, 5, 7 for Dornish and Fisher. For the neoclassical we can add Gordon. Then for extra topic we can add the Blanchard, inflation, unemployment, Taylor, Sewell and so on. Similarly for all the topic it is segregated. ठीक है, तो you are getting different spiral for the micro, for the macro, for money finance, international and growth and development. International ज़्यादा defined area है, 2 book आपके लिए है. One is you can rely on 1 book also which is Salvatore, but preferably read all theories from Paul Krugman and BOP section from the Salvatore. International के 2 पार्ट है, तो 1 सेक्शन आप Salvatore से कर लो, 2nd सेक्शन Paul Krugman से कर लो. In the growth and development again there are many books. In fact, one book that you can keep also is ML Jingan, Economic Development and Planning. You can keep that book, it will help in many topics. So growth and development के अंदर ML Jingan है, Mankyu है, देवराज है. So compilation of all different sources, जो best sources है. Now you will can ask how I come to that conclusion कि अच्छा ये book में इस chapter को ही पढ़ना है, because micro के लिए कोई 1 book तो है नहीं, there are n number of book. तो how we will come to that conclusion? From the past year question, the statement of question. If the statement of question is that in the classical model output is determined by supply side. Now if you find the same sentence in the Freund, that means question has been created from that book. So if you answer according to that book, it will always be better that you are answering as per the requirement. So this is for the Indian economy and their syllabus section. Now regarding this second paper, which is Indian economy, in the Indian economy section, for pre-independence, just refer to this book of SSM Desai, Economic History of India. सिंपल बुक है, आंसर लिखने के लिए ईजी है. देर आर ऑल्टरनेट्स लाइक तीर्थंकर रॉय है, बट उसमें आपको आंसर खुद क्रिएट करने पड़ेंगे. इट इज़ अ बेटर बुक, मे बी बेटर एक्सप्लेनेशन, बट एज अ स्टूडेंट वी नीड पॉइंट्स टू आंसर. And regarding the post-independence, you can just keep Mishra and Puri. That will be a better book as compared to the Uma Kapila. Uma Kapila is basically edited book containing all the EPW articles. EPW articles are good for reading, good for understanding, but not good for answer writing. For answer writing, again you can rely for the Mishra and Puri book. Clear? So this is for the Indian economy section. Now come to this syllabus part of economic service. See the structure of economic service examination pattern, you must be familiar, but I will show this. 6 paper will be there. For general economics 1, 2, 3 and economy, Indian economy, that is 800 marks for economics and 100 marks for general studies and general English. Out of that 1000, the cutoff is in the range of 45 to 48%, in that range, and sometimes it is even less than 42% also. Out of that 1000, if you score about 450, it is considered as a very good score. 450 out of 1000 will be considered as a better score. You can just see the cutoff for 2024. Just mark this here, 2024. For general category, the cutoff was 419 out of 1000. 419 out of 1000, less than 42%. बट अगर एग्जैक्टली सिर्फ कटअप मीट कर रहे हैं, इंटरव्यू कॉल आ रखा है, तो फाइनल नहीं होना. यू नीड टू स्कोर अबाउट 30-40 marks above the cutoff in order to qualify. So the cutoff for the 2024 is 419, although cutoff for the last year 25 it was 464 for the general category. Again the seats were less actually, in fact only 12 seats were there. अभी जो एग्जामिनेशन हुआ 26 में, उसमें अगेन 16 सीट्स. एक्सपेक्ट वैकेंसीज इन द रेंज ऑफ 15 to 20. बट वो 15-20 आपको नहीं देखना. यू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट द मार्क्स, हाउ मच मार्क्स यू नीड टू स्कोर टू क्वालिफाई. सीट्स तो ओवरऑल पीरियड में ऐसे ही रहे हमेशा से. सो फर्स्ट थिंक अबाउट इन द टॉप 50. दोज 50 स्टूडेंट्स विल बी कॉल्ड फॉर द इंटरव्यू. तो पहले मुझे उस टॉप 50 में आना है, 40-50 के अंदर आना है. एंड फॉर दैट पर्पस यू नीड टू स्कोर अबाउट 45%. 45% विल बी अ सेफ स्कोर हियर. Now if you, that means in order to score about 45% out of these different paper, even if you score in one paper significantly higher means the score in the range of, let us say out of these 4 paper, किसी एक पेपर के अंदर भी हमने 120 या 115 या 120 का स्कोर कर लिया, तो 120 का स्कोर अगर एक पेपर में आ गया तो रिमेनिंग पेपर में नाउ वी आई नीड ओनली 330. इफ़ यू मैनेज अबाउट 100 मार्क्स हियर ऑल्सो जीएस और इंग्लिश, तो 230 का स्कोर अब आपको चाहिए आउट ऑफ दिस 600 नाउ पेपर. दैट मीन्स जस्ट ओनली अबाउट 40%. सो जनरली द मार्किंग जो स्टूडेंट सेलेक्ट होते हैं उनके मार्क्स अगर आप देखो, दे स्कोर सिग्निफिकेंटली हायर इन एटलीस्ट वन पेपर. सो व्हेन आई से एटलीस्ट वन पेपर, दैट मीन्स इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट टू वर्क ऑन योर एडवांटेज. जो आपका एडवांटेज है उस पर आप वर्क करो, उसे मैक्सिमाइज़ करो, रादर देन जो वीक एरिया है उस पर एफर्ट लगा रहे हैं और उसे मैक्सिमाइज़ करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. वो फ्यूटाइल एक्सरसाइज है. जो वीक एरिया उसको वहाँ तक कवर करेंगे सो दैट वो मुझे डैमेज ना करे. मतलब एक्सट्रीमली लो मार्क्स नहीं आ गए कि आउट ऑफ 250-60 आ गए, बट इफ़ यू स्कोर अबाउट 85-90 दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ गुड स्कोर. बट you one paper at least must pull the marks. Clear? So that should be the approach. Now in terms of the content, if you see the paper syllabus of economic service, paper 1 itself, अब ये मेन पेपर है जो ऑप्शनल और इकोनॉमिक सर्विस को आई विल से सेपरेट करता है. because the second section of it is maths, stats and econometrics, which is not part of the optional. So, we will be having about 35 to 40 lecture exclusively for maths, stats and econometrics section. The second part of it is micro. In micro, you are covering welfare and distribution in both. Option may be welfare or distribution, the same syllabus. But consumer theory was not there. You are adding consumer theory here, production here and market. Theory of value is actually market. So, specifically about I will again say about 30 to 40 lecture, 30 to 40 lecture here. So, in totality about 80 lecture additional in addition to the optional content. 80 lecture तो straight away आप यहाँ ऐड कर लो, economic service के लिए separate, because the difference I said is about 125 lecture का difference है. 125 lecture separate for economic service, 125 lecture, but out of that 125 about 80 is in general economics one paper alone. Now see the second paper has 8 parts. Majorly it is common, like third topic is employment, output, inflation and money and finance, that is actually macroeconomics, macro and money and finance. Then growth and development, international economics, all theories, balance of payment, second part. Global institution is again WTO, IMF, World Bank, वो दोनों ही syllabus के अंदर है. Now what is separate here? Economic thought, national income accounting and financial and capital market. So if you cover all these three, I will say in totality about 6 to 8 lecture, not more than that. 6 to 8 lecture only. You are adding 6 to 8 lecture extra for economic service. So those lectures will be taking up separately. जो common है that will be covered in the common. But when we start the Indian economic service specific lecture, then specific lecture will contain thought, national income accounting and financial and capital market, and specific will also include the specific of GE1 mainly. तो 80 lecture इधर हो गए, about 8 lecture second paper में. Third paper is like public finance, environmental economics. Mainly the distinguishing factor will be environmental economics. Environmental economics यहाँ detail में पढ़ना है आपको. Environmental valuation भी है. So there will be extra 4-5 lectures separate for environmental economics plus some more lecture for industrial economics. Industrial economics is again it is a market structure, it is micro. This part into G1 में भी है theory of value and G3 में भी है industrial economics. You will find same question कि price discrimination का question G1 में भी आ गया और same price discrimination का question G3 के अंदर भी है. So industrial economics and theory of value is basically considered as part of the micro under the market structure topic. And then state market and planning. And finally the Indian economy, 11 parts जो separate है वो mark कर रहा हूँ. One is labor, like current year question was write on the pension reform of, तो pension reform पे अगर question आ रहा है तो वो that question was related to the labor. इंटरनेशनल लेबर स्टैंडर्ड्स 2026 के लिए, तो वो डायनेमिक क्वेश्चन बेसिकली इकोनॉमिक सर्विस के अंदर ज़्यादा होते हैं. देन अदर इज अर्बनाइजेशन एंड माइग्रेशन, नॉट कवर्ड इन द ऑप्शनल सिलेबस. यू विल नेवर फाइंड एनी क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू माइग्रेशन एंड अर्बनाइजेशन. एंड थर्ड इज इन्फ्लेशन. रेस्ट आर बेसिकली सेम. ये तीन अलग होंगे, तो इन तीनों के लिए फिर अलग लेक्चर होंगे. दैट मीन्स अगेन यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट अबाउट 6 लेक्चर सेपरेट हियर. And for GS, history, polity, geography, 1 week to 10 days lecture separate. So about 21 to 25 lectures separate there. And for general English again about a week to 10 days. So GS और English मिला करके about 30-35 lecture वो हो जाएंगे. G1 के अंदर I have added 80 lecture and then small. So collectively it will be about 125 lecture extra for economic service. Clear? Now the third course, just see this RBI from 2023 when the pattern for RBI DEPR examination has changed. Earlier the pattern was different. From 23 onwards, they have actually taken the syllabus of the economic service. And the pattern of examination is there will be two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Both phase will be counted for merit. Phase 1 will be 200 marks, one is the English, so English is common for the ES and this. But your first phase is objective, it is MCQ of 100 marks. That is the distinguishing factor for the RBI. So for that purpose, we have about 30-40 lecture extra for RBI phase 1. 30-40 lecture extra for RBI phase 1. बट वो 30-40 लेक्चर एक तरीके से जीएस को रिप्लेस कर लेगा. यहाँ पे जनरल स्टडीज़ नहीं करना आपको, वहाँ जनरल स्टडीज़ का पेपर भी है. नाउ इफ़ यू सी द सिलेबस फॉर आरबीआई, इट सेज इन माइक्रो कंज्यूमर डिमांड, प्रोडक्शन, मार्केट, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, वेलफेयर. सेम थिंग इज रिटन इन इकोनॉमिक सर्विस ऑल्सो, वर्ड टू वर्ड वही है. फेज़ 1 का सिलेबस ऑफ फेज़ 1 एज वेल एज फेज़ 2 both are same. In phase 2 also what they are writing, consumer theory, production, market, distribution, welfare. So syllabus is same for both, only the nature of question will be different. Phase 1 objective, phase 2 descriptive. Phase 2 is descriptive type, which is economic service type, you can say. Economic service is totally descriptive. But another important difference is regarding the cutoff. RBI cutoff is very high, economic service cutoff is very low. Economic service I said about 45-48 is good. यहाँ पे 60% is not good to qualify phase 1. You need to score about 68 to 70% to qualify. 68 to 70%. ठीक है, इसके जो cutoff है, this cutoff is higher for रीज़न सिंपल ये होता है कि जो बोर्ड है अलग है प्लस एग्जामिनेशन का फॉर्मेट अलग है. फेज़ 1 फेज़ 2 के बीच आपको 45 डेज़ का गैप मिल गया. इकोनॉमिक सर्विस में एग्जामिनेशन फ्राइडे सैटरडे संडे, फ्राइडे 2 शिफ्ट, सैटरडे 2 शिफ्ट, संडे 2 शिफ्ट. देयर इज नो टाइम फॉर रिविजन. क्लियर? So this is the difference and the commonality between the courses. Now regarding the second aspect which I was saying, the daily answer writing practice. Now the daily answer writing practice for which is called as the markup 2.0, you will have a day wise schedule actually. You will be having a day wise schedule. Day 1, day 2, day 3, and for every day which topic and subtopic will be there. Which topic and subtopic will be there. So for example day 1 for micro market structure, day 2 for micro market structure. So once you complete your market structure topic in the class, then you can refer to these 3 days question. Every day you get 5 question with model answer, 5 question with the model answer. So now the number of days for the economic service and number of days for the optional is now different. For optional there will be 60 days and for economic service 100 days. तो जो एक्स्ट्रा 40 डेज है उसमें कौन से टॉपिक कवर करने हैं? जो एक्स्ट्रा टॉपिक है लाइक मैथ्स, स्टैट्स, इकोनॉमिक थॉट, नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग, फाइनेंशियल एंड कैपिटल मार्केट, इंडस्ट्रियल इकोनॉमिक्स, environmental economics, Indian economy. So that 100 days will be basically a combination of 2 things, 60 days of the optional and 40 days for the economic service paper. Clear? So you have to basically follow this pattern, but right now अभी focus नहीं करना, it will come economic service जिनका भी examination है, and it is not mandatory for you to write every day. ठीक है, आप एग्जामिनेशन इकोनॉमिक सर्विस का नेक्स्ट जून में होना है, तो 100 डेज के प्रोग्राम को इफ़ आई राइट एन ऑल्टरनेट डे, इट विल बी बेटर. टेक 1 day फॉर लर्निंग एंड राइट इट नेक्स्ट डे, so that will become 200 days for you, almost 6 to 7 months. So even if you start from the month of August or September, because for economic service it will be starting from the 25th of August, this daily answer writing program. So even if you start and take the alternate day, by February end you will be able to complete all, and then you can write the all regular test. Regular में sectional भी होंगे topic wise and the full syllabus as well. Clear? So this will be basically the overall pattern. So now we'll be starting basically with the first content. ठीक है, इन सब का शेड्यूल होगा, you will get that PPT. Now we can begin with first the topic wise. Start first with the microeconomics, and within microeconomics market structure. Within microeconomics market structure. This market structure topic is a part of, that is micro is part of paper 1 when we are referring to the optional paper, and it is part of general economics 1 paper. General economics 1 में it is written as theory of value, and it is also part of general economics 3 paper for industrial economics. ठीक है, for optional it is part of the paper 1, and for so when I say we have to interpret the syllabus through the question, so your first purpose will be to see the question paper. तो आपके पास 3 PDF है यहाँ. One will be the market sector topic for the optional. तो जितने भी क्वेश्चन अभी तक है, purpose of seeing that question is first it will help you to elaborate the syllabus. Second, you will be able to distinguish how many questions are direct, how many questions are repeated, what is the nature of question, is any numerical is coming, which topic. So it will help you in analyzing that part. So all last 20-25 year के जितने भी क्वेश्चन है वो यहाँ पे मिल जाएंगे. From by using this I will be referring to this. Then it will also include the theory of value which is part of general economics 1 paper. तो इकोनॉमिक सर्विस का जो क्वेश्चन होगा वो भी ऐड करेंगे. Then third PDF will be the industrial economics question. This is part of general economics 3 paper. Clear? और इसमें जो क्वेश्चन अभी लास्ट एग्जामिनेशन में आ रखा है वो भी ऐड होकर के PDF फिर अपग्रेड हो जाएगा. दिस इज पेपर ऑफ करंट ईयर 2020 से जो लास्ट 19th को जो एग्ज़ाम हुआ था उसका पेपर है. सो सम क्वेश्चन विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व इन द फर्स्ट क्लास इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, इस क्वेश्चन पेपर के कुछ पार्ट है जो आप पहले क्लास के अंदर ही सॉल्व कर लेंगे. सो फर्स्ट ये PDF आप सेपरेट रखोगे, मतलब जो टॉपिक आप पढ़े उसको आप ये भी कर सकते हो कि यू कैन जस्ट डाउनलोड इट ऑल टॉपिक वाइज क्वेश्चन एंड प्रिंट करके आप अपने नोटबुक में आगे वहाँ स्टेपल कर लो, सो दैट आपके कंटेंट भी वही रहेंगे, क्वेश्चन भी वही रहेगा, एक्सप्लेनेशन भी वही रहेगा. एंड फॉर द डेली आंसर राइटिंग जस्ट मेंटेन अ सेपरेट स्पाइरल. डेली आंसर में वो लिख रहे हैं, बट अदरवाइज क्वेश्चन एंड एक्सप्लेनेशन मस्ट बी देयर. अदरवाइज यू विल हैव टू, आप रजिस्टर ओपन करोगे कंटेंट के लिए, क्वेश्चन के लिए कहीं और जाओगे, तो वो क्वेश्चन भी सारे आपके पास एक साथ एक जगह होनी चाहिए. सो नाउ वी कैन स्टार्ट विद दी concept of market structure. See, in the microeconomics when I study market, the concept of market is a product specific. Concept of market is product specific. The concept of market is product specific concept. What is the meaning of that product specific concept? We are not studying the marketplace here where different type of product are sold. We are referring to the market for a single product. It could be market for the pen, it could be market for the TV, it could be market for the chair, it could be market for the car. But मेरे रेफरेंस में एक ही प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए. ठीक है, आप अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट को कंपेयर नहीं कर रहे. वी आर रेफरिंग ओनली वन प्रोडक्ट. Now for that particular product, if in the market we find only one seller, if for that particular product if there is only one seller in the market, you call that market as monopoly market. It is a pure monopoly. If there will be exactly two sellers in the market, mono means one, dio means two, so the market will be called as duopoly. If for the same particular product, if there are firms more than one but not large in number, there are few big firms, then market is characterized as oligopoly. Oligo means few. If for that particular product there are large number of firms, but all those large number of firms are not producing identical product, but they are producing slightly differentiated product. Then market is called as monopolistic competition. If firms are large in number but they are producing slightly differentiated product. Remember, अगर हमने प्रोडक्ट ज़्यादा डिफ्रेंशिएट कर लिया तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? ज़्यादा कर लिया तो वो प्रोडक्ट ही अलग हो जाएगा. जब प्रोडक्ट अलग हो गया तो मार्केट भी अलग हो गया फिर, बिकॉज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ मार्केट इज प्रोडक्ट स्पेसिफिक. एंड फॉर द सेम, if there are large number of firms but all are producing identical product, then market is said to be perfectly competitive. So if there are large number of firms all producing same product, then market is called perfect competition. If firms are producing homogeneous product, it is called perfect competition. Can you give any example for homogeneous product? Any real example for homogeneous product? Any real example for perfect competition market? Any product which is homogeneous, all are producing same, but fruits are quite different. एप्पल ही खरीदने जाते हो तो 3 रेट बता देते हैं वो, ये 180 का, ये 240 का, ये 300 का है. प्रोडक्ट तो अलग हो गए. Any other? It is a theoretical concept. It is an imaginary market. We are just imagining a market that there are large number of firms, all are producing same product. So we are just imagining a market. But question is why we are making that imagination? क्यों कर रहे हैं ऐसा? Imagine क्यों कर रहे हैं कि all firms are producing identical product? Actually this market is said to be the most efficient market. That means all markets are imperfect. But in which market imperfection is more? In which market imperfection is less? So for that purpose we need a reference point. So that reference will be provided by the perfect competition. So first we explain the perfect competition. Ki what will happen if product is homogeneous, then what will happen? So naturally products are not homogeneous. So what will happen if market is not competitive? So market is not competitive means all market are imperfectly competitive. Oligopoly is also imperfectly competitive. Monopolistic is also imperfectly competitive. Monopoly is also imperfectly competitive. Now when we study the monopolistic competition market, the products are slightly differentiated. It means the products must be close substitute of each other. Close substitute in the sense they must be technical substitute as well as economic substitute. What is the meaning of technical substitute? They satisfy same need. And what is economic substitute? They have similar price. Can we say that Maruti 800 is substitute for Mercedes? Both are car. दोनों को एक प्रोडक्ट में रख सकते हैं? No. The market for car in India is monopolistic or oligopoly? The market for car in India is monopolistic or oligopoly? It depends upon which segment you are referring to. For the luxury car there may be few sellers. For the small car there are many sellers. So for the luxury car the market is oligopoly. For the small car the market is monopolistic. Market for toothpaste industry, monopolistic. But market for any medicated toothpaste oligopoly हो जाएगा, वो रेयर हो जाएंगे फिर. So when you change the product, the concept of market will change. Now we have to study, actually syllabus wise we have to study all. We will start with the perfect competition, then as per the importance we go to the oligopoly, then I come to the monopolistic, and then finally to the monopoly. So 4 important market cover करने हैं: perfect competition, oligopoly, monopolistic and monopoly. Now when you use the word here in the section, when I use the word firm and when I use the word market, what is the difference between firm and the market? Market consists of all the firms. So there are many firms in the market. In monopoly only one firm, in duopoly 2 firms, in oligopoly few firms, in monopolistic large number of firms. Now what is the objective of the firm? You have to explain equilibrium of the firm also, we have to explain equilibrium of the market also. What is the purpose, objective of the firm? How much quantity they will produce? They have to decide about how much quantity to produce and at what price to sell. So what is the objective of any firm? How much quantity they will produce? They will always produce that much quantity where their own profit get maximized. So the first concept now, what is the profit maximizing condition? वहाँ से start कर रहे हैं. So what is the profit maximizing condition? So initially I will be giving you some basic concept here, which will be equally applicable for all the market. All market के लिए applicable होगा वो. तो start with the basic one. First point. And first is related to profit maximizing condition. Profit maximization condition. See, when you calculate profit for any firm, profit is difference between revenue and cost. Profit will be the difference between revenue and cost. It is difference between revenue and cost. And what is the revenue? Revenue is price into quantity, the amount of sales proceeds you can say. So total revenue is nothing but price multiplied by quantity. Suppose I want to calculate profit for Bliss Point studies. How to find profit? I will first take the revenue. Revenue will be fees multiplied by the number of students. So that is price multiplied by quantity. And what will be the cost? Actually cost will have 2 parts. One part of the cost is fixed. It does not depend upon the number of students. Like rent. Students are more or less, the rent will remain same. Other part of the cost is variable. Variable means it will vary with output. It will vary with the student. So if there will be more students, there will be more material printing cost. That will be a variable cost. If there will be more lectures here, there will be more electricity bill also. That will be a variable cost. So cost will have 2 components, fixed cost and variable cost. But right now just write down this total cost has a 2 parts. One is the fixed cost, other is variable cost. I will denote this profit by the symbol pi. So pi stands for profit here. So profit is a total revenue minus total cost. Profit is the revenue cost gap. कुछ other point भी यहाँ पे आप लिखेंगे. Like when you are calculating the total revenue, it is a price multiplied by quantity. When you calculate average revenue, then what is average revenue? Average means per unit. So per unit means total revenue divided by quantity. Total revenue means P into Q divided by Q. So Q will cancel out. Q will cancel out means AR is always equal to what? Price. AR is always equal to price in any market. Average revenue is always equal to price. Average revenue is always equal to price. That is why average revenue curve is called demand curve. Average revenue curve is called demand curve. Because average revenue is always price. Average revenue is always price. And how to find marginal revenue? The concept of marginal is very important here. Marginal means additional. So marginal revenue means additional revenue due to additional quantity sold. Marginal cost means additional cost due to additional quantity produced. Marginal utility means additional utility due to additional unit consumed. So marginal means additional, additional means change. So change in total revenue due to change in quantity. MR is change in total revenue due to change in quantity. And whenever you apply this change, mathematically you can think that it is derivative. जैसे dy by dx करते हैं तो change in y due to change in x है. So I can read this as change in total revenue due to change in quantity. मतलब total revenue को quantity के respect में क्या कर दिया, differentiate कर दिया. Then I will get marginal revenue. Total को differentiate करने पे क्या आएगा, marginal. Marginal को integrate करने पे क्या आ जाएगा, total. You differentiate the total, you will get marginal concept. So what is the, when I say firm has to maximize the profit, so how much quantity firm will produce so that the profit get maximized. Maximizing condition में इसमें okay, first differentiation must be equal to 0 और second derivative must be negative, तो वो value maximize होगी, function maximize हो गया. First differentiation 0, second less than 0 मतलब negative. So if I differentiate this with respect to quantity, delta का सिंपल ले लिए, then you are actually differentiating TR and differentiating cost and first derivative equal to 0 करना है. But I said when you differentiate the term, by differentiating you will get what? Marginal. So differentiation of total means marginal revenue and differentiation of total cost means marginal cost. So MR minus MC equal to 0, which means MR equal to MC. MR equal to MC. See, जो भी क्लास के अंदर मैं ये ऐसे फॉर्म में कहीं लिख रहा हूँ उसको आपको नोटबुक में लिखना है, बट एग्जामिनेशन में कहीं लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. यू हैव टू जस्ट लर्न वन थिंग दैट प्रॉफिट विल गेट मैक्सिमाइज व्हेन MR equal to MC. That's it. Just you have to apply that. Profit of firm will get maximized when firm will produce that much of output where MR is equal to MC. So when MR is equal to MC, the profit of firm will get maximized. But I said there are two conditions. First derivative equal to 0, second derivative negative. So when you differentiate any term, you actually get slope of that term. dy by dx is also slope. So slope of TR is MR, slope of TC is MC. So when I take a second derivative, I will get slope of MR and MC then. First derivative 0 कर लिया और second derivative negative करना है. Second derivative negative means now derivative of MR minus derivative of MC, that must be negative. So this complete number can be negative only when this negative value is higher. This complete value can be negative only when this negative value is higher. It means slope of MC must be greater than slope of MR. So we write the condition as slope of marginal cost must be greater than slope of marginal revenue. This is second and sufficient condition for profit maximization. First condition says MR equal to MC. Second condition says slope of MC greater than slope of MR. Slope of MC greater than slope of MR. This point is going to remain same whether you study monopoly market or monopolistic market or oligopoly market or perfect competition market. The profit get maximized when two conditions are satisfied. First, MR equal to MC, and second, slope of MC greater than slope of MR. जिसे सिंपल जिन्हें स्लोप नहीं समझ में आता उनको कहते हैं MC कट MR फ्रॉम बिलो. स्कूल लेवल पे वैसे बता देते हैं, बट यहाँ पे आप प्रॉपरली स्लोप के टर्म में लिखोगे. अदरवाइज यू सिंपली राइट एट व्हाट MC कट MR फ्रॉम बिलो. So this is your first condition. Profit of the firm get maximized when MR equal to MC and slope of MC greater than the slope of MR. Clear? Now come to the second point. Make another heading, another second basic point. Write the equation for profit again, which is a TR minus TC. For TR you multiply price with quantity, and in place of price I can always write AR because AR is always price. So if average revenue into quantity is total revenue, then how to calculate total cost? If average revenue into quantity is total revenue, तो similarly total cost भी निकाल सकते हैं, average cost into quantity. So total cost is average cost multiplied by quantity. So profit is you can take Q common, in bracket we can write AR minus AC, in bracket write AR minus AC. That is the profit equation. How to get this quantity? How much quantity firm will produce? Firm will always produce that quantity where profit is maximized, and profit maximizing condition is MR equal to. So once you equate MR with MC, you will get this quantity Q. You will get this quantity Q by equating MR with MC. Now see term in the bracket, AR minus AC. Can it be 0? Yes. If they are equal. Can it be negative? Yes. If AC is more, can it be positive? So there are three possibilities here. There are three possibilities. Number one, if A, average revenue is equal to average cost, then we have no profit, no loss. Profit 0 आ जाएगा. Then we have no profit, no loss. This is also referred as break even point, when the firm is having neither profit nor loss. If average revenue is more than cost, then if AR is more than cost, then it is a positive profit. It is called as super normal profit. Excess profit कहते हैं. Excess because when I say no profit, then normal is included there. No profit में normal profit included है. In what way? एक तरफ आप no profit भी कह रहे हो और साथ में normal profit भी कह रहे हैं. तो in what way no profit include normal profit? If cost is equal to the revenue, then profit is 0 actually. But 0 profit में normal profit included है. Reason is that when we calculate cost, cost means cost of using factors of production. Factors of production like labor, land, capital, entrepreneur. To labor you will pay wage, to land we pay interest, rent, to capital we pay interest, to entrepreneur profit. So if I simply add all, then you will say that the total cost is 200. If the revenue is also coming out to be 200, then technically your profit is 0 because revenue is equal to cost. But even in that, this 50 is returned to the entrepreneur, which is part of the cost. So normal profit is included hai. If revenue is 250, then who will keep that extra 50? The entrepreneur, because the entrepreneur organizes the production function. So entrepreneur will be keeping that. So that will be more than normal. That is called supernormal. So if AR is greater than AC, then we say that there is supernormal profit. Third is most important. If AR is less, AC is more, then what will happen? If AR is less, AC is more. So we have a negative profit. Negative profit means there will be loss. So the now question is, what will be the behavior of firm when firm is having loss? If there is loss, then what firm will do? shut down directly. If there will be loss, then what firm will do? Firm may shut down, may continue. When firm will shut down and when firm will continue? दो possibility है अब यहाँ पे. In the case of loss, there are two possibilities. Firm may continue to operate. ये जो पॉइंट आप लिख रहे हैं वो बहुत अभी पूरे 10-12 लेक्चर क्लास चलनी है मार्केट सेक्टर की. In every day you will be using this type of term. When firm will continue and when firm will shut down, that decision depend upon whether firms are able to cover which cost, variable or fixed. When firm will continue, that decision depend upon whether you are able to cover which cost, fixed cost or variable cost. बोथ हो जाएगा फिर तो. Firm will continue to operate if firms are able to cover the variable cost. Firms are able to cover the variable cost. That means firm will continue if revenue is greater than variable cost. और शट डाउन होगा अगर रेवेन्यू लेस देन टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट हो. रेवेन्यू लेस देन टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट, इसे हम प्राइस के टर्म में लिख सकते हैं पी ग्रेटर देन एबीसीओ या पी लेस देन एबीसीओ. आई विल इलैबोरेट दिस पॉइंट. वाई इट इज़ बेटर टू कंटिन्यू इफ प्राइस इज ग्रेटर देन द एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट और रेवेन्यू इज मोर देन द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट. अगर रेवेन्यू वेरिएबल से ज़्यादा आ रहा है इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? रेवेन्यू इज मोर देन वेरिएबल बट लेस देन टोटल. टोटल से कम है बट वेरिएबल से ज़्यादा है. इफ रेवेन्यू इज मोर देन वेरिएबल इट मीन्स यू आर एबल टू कवर द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट एंड ऑल्सो सम फिक्स कॉस्ट. और अगर प्रोडक्शन बंद कर देंगे तो इंटायर फिक्स कॉस्ट का लॉस हो जाएगा. व्हेन यू क्लोज डाउन द प्रोडक्शन यू विल लूज इंटायर फिक्स कॉस्ट एंड इफ यू कंटिन्यू यू आर लूजिंग स्टिल बट द लॉस इज लेस. सो इट इज बेटर टू continue to operate if revenue is more than variable cost. I repeat, if revenue is more than variable cost, it is better to continue despite loss. But if revenue is less than variable cost, it means what? Your revenue is not good enough to pay even the electricity bill, so better to close down the production. If you are unable to cover the variable cost का loss तो हम avoid कर सकते हैं, fixed cost का loss avoid नहीं कर सकते. Fixed costs are fixed, independent from the quantity that you produce. Remember, I am talking about the shutdown. I am not talking about the whether firm will exit from the market. Shutting down is different thing. Shutting down means what? Temporarily closing the production, not leaving the market. कोविड के समय बहुत सारे फर्म ने शट डाउन किया था प्रोडक्शन को, वो मार्केट छोड़ के नहीं चले गए थे. So when they will be shut down and when they will be production will continue, that depend upon whether price is more than variable cost or less. इसे याद रखने का एक आसान तरीका है. Just remember the concept of operating profit. That operating profit is a revenue minus only variable cost. Operating profit is TR minus TVC only. TR minus TVC. TR minus TVC. ठीक है? Like if I say operating profit is positive, so this profit will be positive only when TR is greater than TVC. So operating profit will be positive when TR is more than TVC. If I divide both sides by quantity, then what you will get? TR upon quantity is AR. AR is price. Price greater than what? ABC. So when price is greater than ABC, firm earns operating profit. Firm earns operating profit. And when price will be less than ABC, there will be operating loss. Operate करने में loss है. Better not to operate. So if I create a question from here and ask, why firm continue to operate in loss in short run? Why firm continue to operate in loss in short run? What is the reason for it? Why they continue to operate? They continue to operate mainly because they are earning what? Operating profit. If they will shut down, the loss will be more. If they continue, the loss is less. If they continue, the loss is less. But if they shut down, the loss will be more. So it makes rational to continue despite loss. Those type of question will be created and can be answered. So first basic is remember MR equal to MC का पॉइंट लेना है प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन के लिए. And second, when firm will operate and when firm will not operate. This is your second point. Come to the third basic point. See, total revenue is price multiplied by quantity, P into Q. Total revenue is P into Q. From this, if you want to calculate MR, then how to find MR? MR is differentiation of total with respect to quantity. So if I differentiate P into Q with respect to Q, then what you will get? P is not constant. मैंने P constant तो नहीं बोला अभी. P constant होगा तो P आ जाएगा, ठीक है. If I write 5Q तो फिर 5 हो जाता. But I am saying P into Q है. डिमांड कर्व पे प्राइस constant नहीं होता है. डिमांड कर्व पे प्राइस वेरिएबल है. So if P and Q both are variable, then you apply the product rule. Product rule के accordingly क्या कहते हैं? First term you write as it is into differentiation of second. First term as it is P लिखा into differentiation of second, मतलब dq by dq वो 1 हो गया, plus second term as it is q into differentiation of the first term. First term is dp by dq. I repeat, product rule के accordingly first term it is P into differentiation of second, dq by dq is 1 here actually, then plus second term into differentiation of first, dp by dq. So marginal revenue is actually this value. Marginal revenue is in fact this. Marginal revenue is this number. इसके नीचे आप दो पॉइंट्स फ्रेम कर लो. If I say market is perfectly competitive, market is perfectly competitive. So what happens in a perfect competition market? That there are large number of firms in the market. One firm do not have any control over the price. Firms are price taker. मतलब उनके लिए प्राइस क्या होता है? कांस्टेंट हो जाता है. फर्म के लिए प्राइस कांस्टेंट है. तो अगर फर्म के लिए प्राइस कांस्टेंट होगा तो कांस्टेंट टर्म का डिफरेंशिएशन जीरो हो जाएगा. तो dp by dq क्या हो गया? जीरो. तो इफ दिस नंबर इज जीरो देन प्राइस इक्वल टू व्हाट? MR. So under perfect competition, since dp by dq is 0, therefore MR is equal to price. So under perfect competition, can I write profit maximizing condition as price equal to MC? Under perfect competition, can you write profit maximizing condition as price equal to MC? Yes, because price itself is MR. So you are actually writing MR equal to MC, but MR is the price. And what happens in monopoly? In monopoly, firms are not price taker. Firms are not price taker, मतलब monopoly का जो demand कर्व होगा वो negative बनेगा. So in that case, dp by dq, this dp by dq term will be a negative number. ये number negative होगी. So if this number is negative, it means price minus something is MR. ध्यान देना इस पे. I am saying dp by dq this term is negative. So if this number is negative, but that means price minus something is MR. So which value is greater now? अब प्राइस और MR इक्वल नहीं है. प्राइस और MR कब इक्वल हो सकते हैं? जब ये नंबर जीरो हो जाए. बट ये नंबर नेगेटिव है. तो प्राइस माइनस समथिंग इज MR. It means what? Price minus something is MR. That means MR will be less, price will be greater. दैट मीन्स डिमांड कर्व के नीचे आप MR की लाइन ड्रॉ करोगे. बिलो द डिमांड कर्व आई विल ड्रॉ दिस MR लाइन. ठीक है. अब इस पॉइंट, जस्ट रिमेंबर दिस, द पॉइंट रेलिवेंट हियर इज ओनली वन. अंडर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन प्राइस इक्वल टू MR होता है और मोनोपोली में प्राइस ग्रेटर देन MR होता है. मोनोपोली का प्राइस MR से ग्रेटर होगा और परफेक्ट कंपटीशन का MR और प्राइस दोनों सेम होता है. राइट. नेक्स्ट बेसिक पॉइंट नंबर 4. Again write the equation TR is equal to P into Q, and now I differentiate this term again, P plus Q into dP by dQ. And now from the elasticity concept, the first time सुन रहे हो क्लियर किया. Elasticity measures response in demand due to change in price, change in quantity due to change in price. So in terms of the formula, it is change in quantity due to change in price into P by Q. dQ by dP into P by Q is basic formula for elasticity. And we add minus sign in the formula because elasticity is always positive. वो ज़ीरो और इन्फिनिटी की इमेज वेरी करता है, मतलब वो नंबर पॉजिटिव होता है. So dQ by dP will always come out to be negative. So I have added minus sign in the formula so that it will become overall positive. Now what is written here? dQ by dP, and what is written here? I need this number. मुझे dP by dQ चाहिए. और इलास्टिसिटी में क्या लिखा है? Inverse of that. So take inverse of elasticity. Take inverse of elasticity. So if you take inverse of elasticity, 1 by E is equal to minus dP by dQ into Q by P. इनवर्स कर लिया. And from there find the number for dP by dQ. dP by dQ की वैल्यू निकाल लो. What will be the value? minus 1 upon E into P by Q. From there just solve for dP by dQ minus 1 by E into P by Q, and substitute this number here. यहाँ substitute कर देना. dP by dQ की वैल्यू ये आ रही है, मुझे से इस फॉर्मूले में substitute कर देना. So what will be the value now? MR is equal to what? P plus Q. ध्यान देना इस पे. P plus Q लिखेंगे, and in place of dP by dQ what you will write? This value. In place of dP by dQ you are writing this number. So it is minus 1 by E into P by Q. In bracket write down minus 1 by E into P by Q. Just simplify that. MR is equal to P. Q cancel out हो जाएगा. ये Q cancel out हो गया. So Q cancel out हो गया. Then P minus P by E. And MR is equal to price common 1 minus 1 by elasticity. Just learn this formula. ये कई जगह यूज़ करेंगे. Derivation not important, formula is. Just learn that formula. MR is equal to what? MR equal to price 1 minus 1 by elasticity, and price is always AR. So if elasticity is 1, then what will be the value for MR? As per this equation, अगर elasticity की वैल्यू 1 कर ले यहाँ, तो 1 minus 1 0 हो गया. MR will be, so if elasticity is 1 then MR is 0. If elasticity is more than 1, take any number more than 1. Suppose it is 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 is positive. Price is always positive, so MR will be positive. Elasticity more than 1 लेंगे तो पूरी वैल्यू पॉजिटिव रहेगी, बिकॉज 1 - 1 by E is a positive number, price is always positive, so MR will also be positive, more than 0. And if elasticity is less than 1, then MR will be negative. Then MR will be negative. This is your fourth point, which is basic, and from this now we can relate it with the question. If I am just drawing relationship, remember, will remain same. Relationship will remain same. That means I am writing MR is equal to price into 1 - 1 by elasticity, and then draw the demand curve. When I draw the demand curve, I will write price and quantity on axis. On any given demand curve, what is elasticity of demand at the midpoint? कोई स्ट्रेट लाइन डिमांड कर्व अगर ड्रॉ कर रखा है तो उसके मिड पॉइंट की इलास्टिसिटी क्या होगी? मिड पॉइंट की इलास्टिसिटी, बिकॉज लोअर सेगमेंट और अपर सेगमेंट दोनों इक्वल हो गए, सो इलास्टिसिटी इज 1. बट नाउ टेल मी, इफ इलास्टिसिटी इज 1, देन व्हाट इज एमआर? If elasticity is 1, if E is 1, then marginal revenue is 0. So when elasticity will be 1, then MR is 0. MR की वैल्यू यहाँ 0 आनी चाहिए. फिर elasticity vary between 0 to infinity on this line. It is 0 here, infinity here. So in this range, 1 और infinity के बीच more than 1 हो गया. In that range it is more than 1. So when elasticity is greater than 1, then what is MR? Positive है. So we have a positive MR line up to this. जब 1 हो जाएगा तो 0 हो जाएगा. And when it is less than 1, then negative. So negative means now you will draw it negative. MR की लाइन ऐसे बनती है. लाइन का ये भी मतलब है कि when you draw the, if I write this intercept as 100, तो ये एग्जैक्ट नंबर क्या होना चाहिए फिर? If this is 100, this must be, वो बाइसेक्ट करेगा वो ज्योमेट्रिकली. So if the intercept is here 100, it will be passing through the midpoint, because ये midpoint है. Geometrically it will be only 50. Whatever angle you create here for the demand curve, बाइसेक्ट करके ड्रॉ करना. ग्राफ ड्रॉ करते हैं समझ कर देने के लिए. When you draw the demand curve, you can draw the MR line, but MR line will be just bisecting that angle. That means you cannot draw a diagram like this. What is wrong diagram? ड्रॉ नहीं करना भी. Suppose I draw this demand curve and I draw this MR line. एग्जामिनर को देख के समझ में आ रहा है कि you are not understanding the basic thing. Because if you understand the basic thing, you will not draw a diagram like this. Similarly, if I draw the demand curve as this and the corresponding MR as this, then also the technically correct presentation will be that whenever you draw the demand curve, whatever angle is being created here, you have to only bisect. वो roughly लगना चाहिए वो. That is the basic. इसका कहीं यूज़ नहीं हो रहा क्वेश्चन में. But when you are drawing the diagram, वो एग्जामिनर को पता चल रहा है कि you are following the basic or you are not following the basic. Clear? अब मैं जो क्वेश्चन कह रहा हूँ उस क्वेश्चन पे ध्यान देना. क्वेश्चन अभी इकोनॉमिक सर्विस में पहला क्वेश्चन है G1 में फॉर 2026 जेनेरिक एनालिसिस 1 पेपर. उसमें कहा गया कि इफ़ डिमांड कर्व इज रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला, इफ डिमांड कर्व इज रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला, मतलब इट इज नॉट अ स्ट्रेट लाइन, इट इज रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला, then draw the corresponding MR curve. If demand curve is a rectangular hyperbola, then draw the corresponding demand MR curve. See, when the demand curve will be rectangular hyperbola, it means all rectangle below this curve will have equal area. All rectangle below this curve has equal area, it means. And what is the area below the demand curve measure? P1 into Q1. क्या कैलकुलेट करेगा? टोटल रेवेन्यू. मतलब टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर हो गया कंज्यूमर के लिए, दैट एक्सपेंडिचर विल रिमेन सेम. यू आर सेइंग दैट प्राइस मल्टीप्लाइड बाय क्वांटिटी इज अ कांस्टेंट नंबर, विच ऑल्सो मीन दैट जिस प्रपोर्शन में प्राइस बढ़ेगा उसी प्रपोर्शन से डिमांड क्या हो जाएगी, कम हो जाएगी, तभी तो एंटायर नंबर विल रिमेन सेम. बट इफ द प्रोपोर्शनेट चेंज इन प्राइस एंड क्वांटिटी आर इक्वल, मतलब इलास्टिसिटी की वैल्यू क्या होगी, 1 होगी. तो अब इलास्टिसिटी की वैल्यू इस पॉइंट पे भी 1 है, कोई दूसरा पॉइंट अगर लेते हैं वहाँ भी 1 है, थर्ड पॉइंट लिया हमने वहाँ भी 1 हो गया, हर जगह 1 है वो. और अब ये फॉर्मूला अप्लाई कर लो फिर. अगर इलास्टिसिटी 1 होगी तो एम आर क्या होगा, 0 होगा. इलास्टिसिटी 1 है तो एम आर 0 है. तो कहाँ पे 0 है एम आर, सारी जगह 0 है वो. तो वेयर इज द एम आर लाइन, एम आर लाइन इज नाउ कोइंसाइडिंग विथ एक्स एक्सिस, एक्स एक्सिस से कोइंसाइड करिए वो. द एम आर लाइन इज कोइंसाइडिंग विथ एक्स एक्सिस. इन बुक और इन concept you basically get this, and they have basically are this part, just for 5 mark question. You need only one short point to understand that equation. MR is equal to price into 1 minus 1 by elasticity. सिर्फ वो फॉर्मूला अगर याद हो और जस्ट अप्लाई कर लें कि अगर रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला बना है तो इलास्टिसिटी हर जगह 1 होगी, तो MR की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, इक्वल टू 0 एट ऑल द पॉइंट्स. MR will be equal to 0 at all the points. Just see that question. This is for General Economics 1 paper, question number 1A. Given that average revenue curve is rectangular hyperbola, what will be the shape of marginal revenue curve and why? Average revenue curve means demand curve. So if demand curve is rectangular hyperbola, then at every point on that demand curve elasticity will be equal to, because all rectangle below that demand curve will have equal area, that means expenditure will remain same. So by following the expenditure method of elasticity, we can say that elasticity is 1, and when elasticity will be 1, then MR will be 0 as per that equation. तो आपको वो equation भी लिखना है. Just write a short paragraph here for this question. If average revenue curve is rectangular hyperbola, if average revenue curve is rectangular hyperbola, if average revenue curve is rectangular hyperbola, then it imply that all rectangles below that curve, all rectangles below that curve will have equal area. All rectangles below that curve will have equal area. So since area below the demand curve, rectangle area below the demand curve, since rectangle area below the demand curve measures total expenditure, so it implies that total expenditure is constant. So it implies that total expenditure is constant. Therefore, from total expenditure method of elasticity of demand, total expenditure method of elasticity of demand we know that elasticity of demand at every point will be equal to 1, full stop. Since, now write down that equation, since MR is equal to P into 1 minus 1 by E, since MR is equal to P into 1 minus 1 by E, so when elasticity will be equal to 1, so when elasticity will be equal to 1, then marginal revenue will be equal to 0, then MR will be equal to 0. Therefore, corresponding marginal revenue curve, will coincide with x-axis, or horizontal axis, will coincide with x-axis. और वहाँ पे ये डायग्राम बना देंगे बस, उतना ही स्पेस होता है आपके पास. यू हैव ओनली वन शीट फॉर 5 मार्क का क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, बट दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन यू हैव टू अप्लाई दैट कंसेप्ट, मीनिंग मालूम होना चाहिए, हाउ टू यूज एंड अप्लाई दैट क्वेश्चन. नो नीड टू डिराइव दैट फार्मूला डिराइव नहीं, जरूरत नहीं है. मुझे ये एक्सप्लेन नहीं करना वहाँ पे कि हाउ दिस फार्मूला इज डिराइव्ड, यू आर जस्ट अप्लाइंग दैट फार्मूला हियर. क्लियर? So these were the 4 basic points. Now we can start with the first form of market, which is perfect competition. Perfect competition. See, first of all, what are the features of this market? Now, अब इस लेवल पे आपसे ये फीचर पूछे नहीं जाएंगे, बट एक्सप्लेन इसलिए कर रहे हैं बिकॉज देयर इज सम रेलिवेंस ऑफ दिस फीचर फॉर द अदर क्वेश्चन. सो फर्स्ट इज दैट इन दिस मार्केट इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय लार्ज नंबर ऑफ सेलर्स. मार्केट का जो क्लासिफिकेशन है ना, वो नंबर ऑफ सेलर के बेसिस पे है. जो मार्केट हमें क्लासीफाई कर रखा है, ऑन व्हाट बेसिस वी हैव क्लासिफाइड डिफरेंट मार्केट. 1 seller monopoly, 2 seller duopoly. It is from the seller point of view. How many sellers are there in the market? 1 buyer बोल दे तो मार्केट कैरेक्टराइज बाय 1 buyer, मोनोप्सो नहीं हो जाएगा वो. तो जो मार्केट आप पढ़ रहे हैं वो सेलर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से पढ़ा जा रहा है ज़्यादा. So if there is one seller, if there are large number of sellers in the market, now what is the significance of this large number of sellers in the market? Again I repeat, when I say market consists of various firms and there are many. So price will be determined in the market. One single firm will be acting as the price taker. So left hand side is basically for the market, right hand side diagram is for one particular firm. So market will determine the price by market demand and supply curve intersection. Suppose this price comes out to be 10. So what will be the behavior of firm? For them price will remain 10. For them the price will remain 10. At same price they can sell as much quantity as they can. So it means at the same price they can sell more quantity. Price will remain same for them, but they can sell 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit and so on. So what will be the total revenue? It will be 10, 20, 30. What will be the MR? If the price every unit के लिए constant है, तो every time when you sell 1 extra unit, you will be getting the additional price. So what is addition to revenue? Addition to revenue is always, so now price column and MR is same. जैसे आप न्यूमेरिकली समझा रहे थे उसको ऐसे समझ सकते हैं. So firms are price taker, that means price is equal to MR. So this is your price line as well as MR line. This is your price line as well as MR line. Under perfect competition, firms are large in numbers, and as firms are large in number, firms do not have control over the price. Price will be determined by the market. Firms are price taker. Firms are said to be a price taker in this market. ठीक है, जस्ट राइट वन लाइन. Due to presence of large number of seller, due to presence of large number of seller, due to presence of large number of seller, an individual seller will be a price taker. An individual seller will be a price taker. An individual seller will be a price taker. So for a firm, price will be equal to marginal revenue, P equal to MR. So for a firm, price is equal to marginal revenue. Second, homogeneous product. Second is homogeneous product. Homogeneous product. Alright, the large number of firms, just one line, large number of firms are selling identical product, so that consumer cannot differentiate between the output produced by different firm. Consumer cannot differentiate between the output produced by different firms. Output produced by different firms. Third is a free entry and exit. Free entry and exit. इस मार्केट में एंट्री और एग्जिट फ्री है, नो रिस्ट्रिक्शन. So what is the significance or implication of this property feature? What does it imply now? It actually implies that if in the market firms will earn supernormal profit, मतलब price greater than ACA. So if firms are earning excess profit, new firms will enter into the market. As new firm will enter into the market, market supply will shift to the right and price will decrease. So price will, and it will continue to decrease so that it becomes equal to average cost. And if there will be loss, then firms will leave the market. So entry exit will continue so that you will earn only normal profit in the long run. So the implication of this feature is that in long run all firm will have only normal profit. Right, one line more. The significance of this feature is that firms will earn only normal profit in long run. Firms will earn only normal profit in long run. Firms will earn only normal profit in long run. What is long run and short run in economics? When I say short run, it means what? Short run means some factors are fixed and entry exit cannot happen in short run. Entry exit is feature of long run. You can leave the market in the long run, not in the short run. Long run refers to that time period when everything is variable. सब कुछ वेरिएबल and nothing is fixed, and you can exit or you can enter into the market. But short run means there are some fixed factor and you cannot exit or enter into the market. See, perfect competition के फीचर को अगर आप पढ़ेंगे बुक वगैरह में तो इट इज़ फर्दर एडेड, बट ये 3 फीचर आपके लिए रेलिवेंट और काम के हैं. अदरवाइज वी ऑल्सो मेक परफेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन, परफेक्ट मोबिलिटी, वो सारे फीचर भी इस परफेक्ट कंपटीशन मार्केट के. बट आज की डेट में जो क्वेश्चन का नेचर है उसमें कभी भी आपसे कोई फीचर नहीं पूछ रहा कि व्हाट आर द फीचर ऑफ परफेक्ट कंपटीशन. बट दीज 3 आर क्रिटिकल: लार्ज नंबर ऑफ सेलर, प्रोडक्ट होमोजेनस एंड फ्री एंट्री एंड एग्जिट. अब यहाँ से आप कंसेप्ट बिगिन कर सकते हैं. लाइक आई राइट प्राइस, आउटपुट डिटर्मिनेशन, price output determination, or you can write equilibrium of firm. Equilibrium of firm. Price output determination or equilibrium of firm. Make this heading. Now when firm is said to be in equilibrium? When its profit is maximized or loss is minimized, and we know the condition for profit maximization. MR equal to MC and slope of MC greater than slope of MR. But divide this topic into two sections. One approach for determining equilibrium is called TR and TC approach. And other approach is called MR and MC approach. There are two approaches by which we can explain the equilibrium. One is TR and TC approach. Another is MR and MC approach. First we talk about this TR and TC approach. That means I will be using the term only total revenue and total cost without using MR and MC. So if we follow the TR and TC approach, we are actually explaining the equilibrium of firm in the short run. We are explaining equilibrium of perfect competition firm in the short run. So what can happen in the short run? See, first of all, short run is characterized by some fixed factor and firms cannot leave or enter into the market. So in the short run there can be all three possibilities. Firm may earn normal profit, may have supernormal profit, may be loss. So all three possibility exist. In short run all three possibility exist. You can write all three possibilities. One, supernormal profit, there could be loss, there could be normal profit. We will draw graphical description for all three. Draw this. First tell me what will be the shape of total revenue. I am writing here quantity and on vertical axis TR. What will be the shape of TR? Total revenue, not average. Total revenue means I am saying draw this. क्वांटिटी एक्सेस पे लिया है और टी आर लिख रहा है 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That will continue to increase at a constant rate. So the line will be a straight line. It will be a straight line. Why it's straight line? Because price is constant. Because price is constant, therefore you will draw a straight line. So just draw a straight line, total revenue curve. Draw a straight line TR. Draw a straight line total revenue curve. See, total revenue is not always a straight line. Under perfect competition it is a straight line because price is constant under perfect competition. Now draw total cost line. I said total cost के दो component हैं, fixed and variable. What is the meaning of fixed cost? Those costs which do not depend upon the output. That means even when this quantity will be zero, there will be some fixed cost. So zero quantity भी fixed cost होगा. So just take an intercept here anywhere. That distance represent what? Total fixed cost. Add variable cost into that. So once you add variable cost, the total cost will be arising after that. If you add variable cost, then generally the total cost curve is inverted S in shape. Total cost curve is inverted S in shape. It is basically like this. Now where will be the position of it? That depends. Just draw total cost curve inverted S. I will explain the reason why it is inverted S, but write down, just draw the total cost curve inverted S in shape. You have drawn the total cost line total revenue line, and then you have drawn the total cost line. Now what is profit here, and where profit is maximized? Profit is the difference between TR and TC. So if you mark this point, ये इंटरसेक्शन है, मतलब इक्वालिटी है TR और TC का, यहाँ प्रॉफिट ज़ीरो हो गया. So we have zero profit here. TR is equal to TC here also. Zero profit here also. Where profit is highest, maximum? TR minus TC is profit. So profit is actually this gap, distance. ये distance है, not area. So as quantity rises, initially profit will increase. It will reach a maximum point, and then again it will decline. So if you draw the profit curve, what will be the shape of profit curve? If I draw the profit curve, then initially profit will rise. It will reach a maximum point and then it will. तो अगर मैं यहाँ पे profit curve अगर draw करता हूँ तो profit curve will be like this. This will be the profit curve. So where profit is highest, just अपने diagram में जहाँ पे भी highest आ रहा है वो मार्क कर लेंगे. Lower की जरूरत नहीं है although, but just मैंने reference के लिए draw कर रखा. Otherwise you can ignore this lot. Wherever you find this gap maximum, just mark that point, that your profit is highest here. This is the profit maximizing quantity. Mark this quantity Q or Q star. Corresponding to that quantity, revenue is more, cost is less. So if I mark this point MN, then we can say that there is a supernormal profit equal to distance MN. We have a profit area because revenue is more than cost. So firm is having excess profit. Firm is having excess profit. Draw this diagram and mark it as first. But in the short run there is second possibility. And what is the second possibility? There could be loss. So this is diagram for profit area. Now draw for the loss. But first specify the condition. If I say that there is loss, it means revenue will be less, cost will be more. But when in loss I will operate? Loss में production कब करना है? But abhi we are talking about the TRTC only. So in the loss, firm will operate if revenue is greater than total variable cost. So TR greater than. So in diagram this condition must reflect. Diagram में ये condition show होना चाहिए. Similar diagram. Draw the total revenue line. Now where you will draw the TC and where you will draw the TVC. यहाँ पे दोनों बनाने पड़ेंगे अब. Where you will draw the TC. Condition clear है. TC greater than TR है. So if TC greater than TR, it means you will draw the total cost line completely above it. Draw this above it anywhere. But where is total variable cost? से टोटल कॉस्ट और टोटल वेरिएबल कॉस्ट जब आप ड्रॉ करते हो ना तो उसके बीच का रिलेशन से में अगर हमने टोटल कॉस्ट को ये ड्रॉ कर रखा है तो वेरिएबल कॉस्ट ओरिजिन से स्टार्ट होगा, इसके पहले चलेगा बिकॉज इनके बीच का गैप है, दैट इज फिक्स कॉस्ट, दैट विल रिमेन सेम. फिक्स कॉस्ट इज ऑलवेज रिमेनिंग सेम इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द आउटपुट. सो ड्रॉ द टीसी एंड बिलो इट ड्रॉ द टीवीसी. टीवी स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ओरिजिन पैरेलल टू टीसी लाइन. Start TC from origin, keep it parallel to the total cost line like this, और इसे TR से नीचे रखना कहीं पे. So if there is a profit, we maximize, and if there is loss, we minimize it. So find the gap where TC and TR is minimized. Mark a point here. This is the equilibrium quantity, and after that mark this point as M, this point you can write N, and this point you can take as R. So in diagram, if I say how much is loss, what is loss in diagram? Loss is distance Mn, but in loss firm is operating because firm is having operating profit. What is profit? Operating profit here. Operating profit किसका गैप होता है? TR और TVC का. तो what is that gap? NR. ठीक है. अगर ये ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट भी कम होता जाए और ज़ीरो हो जाए तो फर्म शट डाउन कर जाएगा. So long as there is operating profit, we will continue to operate despite loss. So long as firm is having operating profit, firm will continue to operate despite loss. The first diagram for profit, this is diagram for loss, and for normal profit what will be the shape? For normal profit, see, जब प्रॉफिट दिखाना था तो हमने टीआर को नीचे, टीसी को नीचे बनाया, लॉस में टीसी को, तो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट में जस्ट टेंजेंट्स. ठीक है, कर लिया. सेकेंड डायग्राम. Draw the third case. Third case is just for normal profit. So this will be the TR line and TC will be just tangent here. But actually tangency implies what? Tangency का मतलब ये भी होता है कि दोनों का slope same हो गया. What is slope of TR and what is slope of TC? मतलब MR MC इक्वल है. वो कंडीशन तो होल्ड करना ही है. You are not drawing TR and TC, but we can always interpret that at equilibrium point TR will be MR will be equal to MC. This will be the area. This will be the normal profit. Diagram number 3. On axis, keep on writing TR and TC. So we have drawn actually equilibrium for perfect competition firm for normal profit, supernormal and loss. And now see the relation with the past year question. जो कंटेंट अभी किया है उसको आप पास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन से जस्ट रिलेटेड. See a topic wise question में market structure. You can find this question in the optional in 2015. Question number 38. This. Just read the question. It says under perfect competition, in the short run, find out graphically without using average cost curve. Without using average cost curve, वो critical है. Condition in equilibrium for the existence of normal profit, supernormal and loss. तीन कंडीशन लिखने थे विदाउट यूजिंग एवरेज कॉस्ट कर्व. अगर एवरेज कॉस्ट कर्व यूज़ नहीं करने को कहा ना, इसका मतलब यू कैन नॉट फॉलो MRMC अप्रोच. व्हेन यू ड्रॉ द MRMC अप्रोच देन आई कैन डिटरमाइन द एरिया ऑफ प्रॉफिट ओनली बाय ड्रॉइंग द एवरेज कॉस्ट कर्व. बट क्वेश्चन कह रहा है एवरेज कॉस्ट ड्रॉ नहीं करना है. सो यू आर फोर्स टू यूज ओनली द TR एंड TC अप्रोच. TR और TC अप्रोच से करना है. आई विल डिक्टेट व्हाट यू विल राइट, बट ये तीन डायग्राम उसमें आने हैं. ये क्वेश्चन है 2015 का ऑप्शनल में. नाउ सी दिस क्वेश्चन इन इकोनॉमिक सर्विस. आई थिंक D1 या 17 में, 2015 में वहाँ आ गया था ऑप्शनल में, 17 के अंदर ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 39। कंसिडर द इक्विलिब्रियम ऑफ अ फर्म अंडर परफेक्ट कंपटीशन, फाइंड आउट द कंडीशन फॉर नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट, सुपर नॉर्मल और लॉस विदाउट यूजिंग एवरेज कॉस्ट कर्व। सेम क्वेश्चन कॉपीड, ठीक है। ये क्वेश्चन 15 में ऑप्शनल के अंदर है, 17 में इकोनॉमिक सर्विस के अंदर है। 17 में आया था ये क्वेश्चन, 2026 में दोबारा आ गया सेम क्वेश्चन, कुछ भी एडिट नहीं किया। करंट ईयर का क्वेश्चन अब देख लीजिए। इन दिस करंट ईयर क्वेश्चन 2026 G1 पेपर, एक क्वेश्चन आपने ये कर लिया। जस्ट सी दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 7A। Under perfect competition, find out graphically the condition for normal profit, super normal and loss without using average cost curve। मतलब क्वेश्चन में वेरिएशन किया ही नहीं, पेपर सेट करने वाले भी जब लेजी हो जाते हैं ऐसे ही करते हैं, बस उठाया क्वेश्चन डाल देना। So 60 to 70% I will say the questions are repeated, सेम होते हैं। आपको बस पता होना चाहिए कि ये क्वेश्चन ऐसे रिपीट हो रहा है, उसके लिए एंड यू मस्ट बी रेडी टू सी आउट ऑफ 10 या आउट ऑफ 8 हाउ यू कैन गेट मोर, नॉट ओनली बाय ड्राइंग द डायग्राम, you have to explain it also, give the economic interpretation also, give the reasoning also and present it well also। ठीक है, तो ये 3 क्वेश्चन है, सेम क्वेश्चन रिपीटेड आगे। दैट इज़ वाई आई एम सेइंग जस्ट सी द क्वेश्चन पेपर ऑफ बोथ। अगर आप इकोनॉमिक सर्विस भी दे रहे हो तो ऑप्शन का पेपर देखो, और अगर सिविल सर्विस से ओनली दे रहे हैं तो भी इकोनॉमिक सर्विस का पेपर देखना है, बिकॉज दोनों यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन बैंक में ही है। तो वही क्वेश्चन कभी यहाँ आ रहा होता है, कभी इस सेक्शन के अंदर आ रहा है। ठीक है, नाउ राइट डन फर्स्ट। We are see there are two approach. First we are explaining here that TR and TC approach. TR TC approach explain कर रहे हैं। Write down. A competitive firm will be in equilibrium. A competitive firm will be in equilibrium. A competitive firm will be in equilibrium when a competitive firm will be in equilibrium when it maximizes its profit, when it maximizes its profit, when it maximizes its profit, which is defined as difference between, which is defined as difference between, which is defined as difference between total revenue and total cost, total revenue and total cost, which is defined as difference between total revenue and total cost. So given that normal profit is included in cost, given that normal profit is included in cost, given that normal profit is included in cost, after comma profit is always considered as, given that normal profit is included in cost, after comma profit is always considered as above the, profit is always considered as above the normal rate of return, profit is always considered as above the normal rate of return, always considered above the normal rate of return। Next paragraph. Equilibrium of firm can be shown graphically. Equilibrium of firm can be shown graphically. Equilibrium of firm can be shown graphically. मतलब कीवर्ड याद रखिएगा, हर जगह उसने मार्क रखा ग्राफिकली शो करना है, मतलब मैथमेटिकली आपको शो नहीं करना है कहीं पे। Equilibrium of firm can be shown graphically in two ways. In two ways. First, TR and TC approach. TR and TC approach, and second MR and MC approach, MR and MC approach। Next paragraph. Under perfect competition, total revenue curve is a straight line. Under perfect competition, total revenue curve is a straight line passing through origin. Total revenue curve is a straight line passing through origin. Full stop. It is straight line because जो डायग्राम आप ड्रॉ करेंगे, हमने स्ट्रेट लाइन क्यों बना रखा है उसका रीजन देना है. इट इज स्ट्रेट लाइन बिकॉज फर्म इज अ प्राइस टेकर. इट इज स्ट्रेट लाइन बिकॉज फर्म इज अ प्राइस टेकर. It means firms can sell any amount of output. It means firms can sell any amount of output at current price. Firms can sell any amount of output at current price. Any amount of output at current price. So the slope of TR is MR. The slope of TR is MR. The slope of TR is MR, and it is constant and equal to market price. And it is constant and equal to market price. Constant and equal to market price. Next paragraph. Total cost curve is inverted S in shape. Total cost curve is inverted S. Total cost curve is inverted S in shape due to law of variable proportion. Just mention that point. When we study the production, we will relate it. Total cost curve is inverted S in shape due to law of variable proportion. Next paragraph. In short run, due to presence of fixed factor, because question was specifically referring to the short run. In short run, due to presence of fixed factor and no possibility of entry and exit. In short run, due to presence of fixed factor and no possibility of entry and exit, after comma, firms can earn A, supernormal profit, B, there could be loss, and C, normal profit. Next paragraph. As shown in diagram 1, the firm maximizes its profit by producing quantity Q star. The firm maximizes its profit by producing quantity Q star. The firm maximizes its profit by producing quantity Q star, where distance between TR and TC is maximized. Distance between TR and TC is maximized. Since distance between TR and TC is positive, TR is more than TC. Distance between TR and TC is positive, so firm is earning supernormal profit. So firm is earning supernormal profit. Firm is earning supernormal profit. Okay, you have shown that in diagram 1. Next paragraph. However, in the short run, there could be loss. However, in the short run, there could be loss for a competitive firm. There could be loss for a competitive firm if if TR is less than TC, if revenue is less than total cost, if TR is less than TC, if TR is less than TC, despite loss, firm will continue to operate. But despite loss, firm will continue to operate. Firm will continue to operate if TR is greater than TVC. If TR is greater than TVC, because in that case, firm will earn operating profit. Firm will earn operating profit. Just underline the word. Firm will earn operating profit. If you want, you can write the formula for operating profit as TR minus TVC. Operating profit is equal to TR minus TVC. Bracket में diagram 2. You have shown that in diagram 2. Next paragraph. In short run, there is possibility of normal profit. In short run, there is possibility of normal profit when total cost curve is tangent on total revenue curve. Total cost curve is tangent on total revenue curve. Total cost curve is tangent on total revenue curve. Okay, so you have to write this content and these three diagrams. इस क्वेश्चन के लिखना है, वो 8 मार्क का हो या 10 मार्कर का हो या 5 मार्कर का, ये आपको कंटेंट के साथ ये डिस्क्रिप्शन लेना. व्हाट वाज द मिस्टेक डन बाय सम स्टूडेंट्स. एक डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर दिया, ये पॉइंट दिखा दिया जहाँ पे एक्सेस प्रॉफिट हो गया, हमने ये पॉइंट ले लिया दूसरा जहाँ पे नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट बता दिया कि यहाँ TR TC बराबर हो गए तो नॉर्मल प्रॉफिट हो गया, और इसके लेफ्ट साइड में TC ग्रेटर है TR कम है तो लॉस हो गया. इज इट करेक्ट? सिंगल डायग्राम में नहीं, बिकॉज वो MRMC भी सेटिस्फाई होना चाहिए. ऑल्दो यूज़ नहीं कर रहे हैं बट सेटिस्फाई तो होना चाहिए. तो कैन वी से दैट MR इक्वल टू MC एट इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट? नो, ये तो इंटरसेक्शन है. MR इज स्लोप ऑफ TR, MC इज स्लोप ऑफ TC. तो अगर आप इस क्वांटिटी पे कैलकुलेट करोगे MR और MC, देन स्लोप ऑफ TR इज MR एंड स्लोप ऑफ TC निकालने के लिए क्या करना है? यू हैव टू ड्रॉ टेंजेंसी एट टोटल कॉस्ट. टेंजेंसी एट टोटल कॉस्ट लाइक दिस. तो ये जो टेंजेंसी आप बनाएंगे ना, ये TR के एग्जैक्टली क्या आएगा? पैरेलल आएगा, एक ही जगह आएगा ऐसा. सो you have to draw 3 separate diagram to explain this for TRTC approach. Now add with the MRMC alternate next paragraph में. Make this heading MRMC approach. MRNMC approach. The alternative approach is based on MRNMC. The alternative approach is based on MRNMC. According to it, or according to this approach, profit will get maximized when following two conditions are satisfied. Profit will get maximized when following two conditions are satisfied. Following two conditions are satisfied. Number 1, MR is equal to MC. And second, slope of marginal cost greater than slope of marginal revenue. Slope of MC greater than slope of MR. ये कंडीशन कहाँ से आया है? ये कंडीशन कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हमने ये बेसिक एक्सरसाइज किया था पहला. इसको शो नहीं करना वहाँ पे, आपको डायरेक्टली ये कंडीशन लिख देना है. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ. अब जरा इकोनॉमिक लॉजिक बताओ. यहाँ वो तो मैथ्स हो गया था. MR हमने डिफ्रेंशिएट करके कैलकुलेट किया. बड़ी था इकोनॉमिक लॉजिक. वाई MRMC इक्वालिटी इज नीडेड? इफ दे आर नॉट इक्वल देन व्हाट विल हैपन? If MR is not equal to MC, then what will happen? See, whenever firm will decide to produce any particular quantity, whenever firm decide to produce, suppose firm decide to produce quantity number 1. Now as firm will produce this quantity, it will add to cost, it will also add to revenue. Addition to revenue, that is change in revenue. Addition to revenue will be called as marginal revenue. Addition to cost will be called as marginal cost. So if due to this unit addition to revenue is 10, addition to cost is 6, so it is profitable to produce this quantity. 1 unit produce करने से if firm is adding 10 to revenue and 6 to cost, so it is profitable to. That means if marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost, then it is profitable for firm to produce more quantity. And if it is the other way around, then it is unprofitable to produce that quantity. That means quantity will continue to change. कब तक change होता रहेगा? So that MR becomes equal to MC. So that is the economic reasoning behind this. So you have written the condition, write down the economic reason. Next paragraph. The equality between MR and MC is necessary because the equality between MR and MC is necessary because the equality between MR and MC is necessary because if they are not equal, then firm will continue to change its output. If they are not equal, then firm will continue to change its output. Firm will continue to change its output. For example, if MR is greater than MC, then it implies that by producing and selling, an extra unit, firm will add more to revenue. And less to cost. Firm will add more to revenue and less to cost. So it is profitable to produce that quantity. Therefore, quantity will continue to change. So that MR becomes equal to MC. Next paragraph में, in the short run, a competitive firm can earn supernormal profit. Or there could be loss. अब जैसे अगर मैं प्रॉफिट का डायग्राम ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ बाय यूजिंग MRMC अप्रोच, देन माय डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ डायग्राम विल बी डिफरेंट. एक डायग्राम मार्केट के लिए बनाया और एक फर्म के लिए. प्राइस विल बी डिटरमाइंड बाय द मार्केट, बाय द इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ सप्लाई एंड डिमांड कर्व. But in the market there are many firms, and firms are price taker. So as the firms are price taker, that means for them price and MR both are same. So this is price line as well as MR line. And now you are using average. TRTC में average नहीं कर रहे थे, यहाँ average करेंगे. So if I draw the average cost curve and I am drawing average cost curve below, you can place it anywhere. Passing through the minimum point of average cost you will draw the marginal cost line. Marginal cost will always cut the average at the minimum. What is profit maximizing condition? First identify the condition. MR equal to, so where is that point? MR equal to MC is here. Mark the quantity first. MR equal to MC. First apply the profit maximizing condition. MR equal to MC here. Determine the quantity. This is profit maximizing quantity. Price in fact already fixed hai. So can you identify the area of revenue? Which is the area of revenue? P into Q. So P multiplied by quantity is area of this rectangle. And how to find total cost? Total cost के लिए average cost into quantity कर लेंगे. Per unit into quantity. Quantity is fixed. For this quantity, how much is average cost? Average cost is determined by this point. So from this point, draw this. So which area is the cost line? Total cost. Total cost का area ये rectangle हो जाएगा. Revenue का area complete है. So revenue is more than cost. And how much is the difference? Difference is this area, rectangle. That is supernormal. But यहाँ पे हमने average cost use किया हुआ है. ठीक है, तो you cannot use that this diagram for that question. Always in diagram just first mark the point where MR is equal to MC, then only. Below that diagram. In the short run, there could be loss for firm. In the short run, there could be loss for firm. There could be loss for firm. But despite loss, firm will continue to operate. But despite loss, firm will continue to operate. Despite loss, firm will continue to operate if मतलब लॉस में कब ऑपरेट करेंगे? If price is greater than average variable cost. If price is greater than average variable cost. Because in that case, firm earns operating profit. Because in that case, firm earns operating profit. अब आप मुझे ये कंडीशन शो कर सकते हो ग्राफ में? लॉस में ऑपरेट करना है. लॉस होगा जब प्राइस एवरेज कॉस्ट से कम होगी, बट ऑपरेट करेंगे जब प्राइस एवरेज वेरिएबल से ज़्यादा है. सो ड्रॉ अगेन फॉर द मार्केट and for firm. Market demand supply. Firms are price taker, so draw the price line and the MR line. अब बताओ where you will draw AC and where you will draw ABC. ये प्राइस लाइन है. प्राइस के ऊपर क्या बनाना है और below ABC. So draw AC above, draw average cost above like this, just anywhere above it, and ABC below that. Or the gap between these two must decrease, not parallel line, the gap is declining. Because what is gap between these two? What is difference of average cost and average variable cost? Average fixed cost, which will continue to decline. And passing through the minimum of both, draw the marginal cost curve. But in any diagram, first of all, which point I will mark? The point which is satisfying equilibrium condition. MR equal to MC का point ही आएगा. Just mark that quantity. Always mark MR equal to MC point first. Corresponding to that quantity, I will calculate TR, I will calculate TC, and I will determine the profit. So for this quantity, average cost is higher now. Since average cost is higher, so this area shows loss. This area repaint loss. But for the same quantity, variable cost is lower. So this lower area shows what? ये ग्रीन वाला एरिया क्या शो कर रहा है? ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट. ये ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट है. जब तक ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट होगी, फर्म विल कंटिन्यू टू ऑपरेट. फॉर द सेम क्वांटिटी इफ आई कैलकुलेट, दोबारा बना लो. ठीक है, फर्स्ट यू ड्रॉ इट फॉर द मार्केट एंड देन यू ड्रॉ फॉर द फर्म. ठीक है, किसी भी डिस्क्रिप्शन में फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू डू दिस. इन द मार्केट प्राइस आर डिटरमाइंड बाय सप्लाई इन डिमांड इंटरसेक्शन. Forms are price taker, therefore you have drawn that line horizontal. So price and MR line. Condition क्या शो कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे हम? लॉस का. तो when there will be loss, जब एवरेज कॉस्ट प्राइस से ज़्यादा है. सो एवरेज कॉस्ट यू हैव टू ड्रॉ इट अबव, ड्रॉ द एवरेज कॉस्ट अबव. बट व्हेन इन लॉस आई ऑपरेट, लॉस में ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं वो शो करना है ग्राम. लॉस में ऑपरेट तभी करते हैं जब प्राइस ग्रेटर देन एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट हो. तो यू हैव ड्रॉन एवरेज कॉस्ट का अबव, बट यू विल ड्रॉ वेरिएबल कॉस्ट बिलो. सो वी आर ड्रॉइंग द वेरिएबल कॉस्ट का बिलो जस्ट एनीवेयर. जस्ट गैप बिटवीन दीज टू विल reduced, and passing through the minimum of both you draw the marginal cost line, and then apply the margin profit maximizing condition. MR equal to MC is satisfied here. From there determine the quantity. So can you mark the area of revenue? Revenue का area दिख रहा है? Revenue is P into Q. सो P into Q ये रेवेन्यू का एरिया. कॉस्ट का एरिया क्या होगा? Q तो सेम रहना है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय एवरेज कॉस्ट. सो फॉर द सेम क्वांटिटी एवरेज कॉस्ट इज हायर. सो दैट गैप विल रिपेंट लॉस. बट इन लॉस फर्म इज ऑपरेटिंग बिकॉज प्राइस ग्रेटर देन एवरेज वेरिएबल कॉस्ट है. सो फर्म इज कंटिन्यूइंग टू ऑपरेट. अगर वो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट का एरिया कम हो जाए तो, या ज़ीरो हो गया तो, ऐसे मान लिया अगर ये प्राइस की लाइन और नीचे हो जाए तो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट का एरिया कम हो जाएगा. और नीचे हो जाए, मिनिमम पॉइंट पे आ गया यहाँ, तो ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट ज़ीरो हो जाएगा. व्हेन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉफिट विल बी ज़ीरो, देयर विल बी नो प्रोडक्शन. वो कंसेप्ट हम यूज़ करेंगे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए, विच इज़ वाई मार्जिनल कॉस्ट का विद द सप्लाई कर्व. देयर इज़ अ क्वेश्चन इन द पेपर. Why marginal cost can be the supply curve and draw the supply curve and how that does it look like. तो ये कंडीशन आपको प्रॉफिट और लॉस के लिए करना है. इसमें मैं एक कंडीशन सिर्फ ऐड कर रहा हूँ विच मे बी आस्क, और एक क्वेश्चन के अंदर भी है, विच इज़ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एन एप्लीकेशन दैट सपोज नॉर्मली यू कैलकुलेट MR इक्वल टू MC. इफ क्वेश्चन से दैट देयर इज़ अ टैक्सेशन, गवर्नमेंट हैज़ इम्पोज्ड टैक्स, और टैक्स का भी मैंने एक पर्टिकुलर नेचर लिया है. आई एम सेइंग इट इज़ अ क्वांटिटी टैक्स. क्वांटिटी टैक्स, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई से टैक्स इज़ 10 rupees पर यूनिट, हाउ दिस विल चेंज प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजिंग कंडीशन. गवर्नमेंट हैज़ इम्पोज्ड अ टैक्स ऑफ 10 rupees पर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग 10%, 10 rupees per unit. So just calculate profit again. How to find profit? Revenue minus, ये जब लिख रहे थे तो हमने कॉस्ट नहीं, टैक्स नहीं लिया था. Now revenue minus cost minus what? And how much is the tax? 10 rupees per unit. So how much is the total? 10 into Q, T into Q. अब मैक्सिमाइज कर लो. Now if I maximize this, I will differentiate it with respect to Q and equate it to 0. What is differentiation of total revenue? Derivative of total is MR. What is differentiation of total cost? And what is differentiation of T into Q with respect to Q? T constant है 10 only. So derivative of T into Q will be T. Therefore you will write MR equal to what? MC plus T. ठीक है, क्या करना है मुझे? बस MC में T ऐड कर देना. T ऐड करके वो सॉल्यूशन देगा. T ऐड करके आप उस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर लेंगे. एंड दिस इज क्वेश्चन ऑफ लास्ट ईयर 2025. ये थियरी के फॉर्म में भी आ रखा है क्वेश्चन इकोनॉमिक सर्विस में, न्यूमेरिकल के फॉर्म में ऑप्शनल के अंदर है. जस्ट सॉल्व वन न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन फॉर टुडे. इन द लास्ट फॉर टुडे जस्ट सी दिस क्वेश्चन. यू आर अप्लाइंग दिस कंडीशन. जस्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. ऑल्दो हमने मोनोपोली मार्केट नहीं पढ़ा है, बट वी नो द कंडीशन. आई सेड कंडीशन फॉर एनी मार्केट विल रिमेन सेम. एम आर इक्वल टू एम सी करना होता है. तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 है, इन मोनोपोली मार्केट डिमांड एंड कॉस्ट कर्व आर गिवन एज. सो जस्ट कॉपी द डिमांड एंड कॉस्ट इक्वेशन. डिमांड फंक्शन गिवन एज P इक्वल टू 200 minus 8Q एंड कॉस्ट फंक्शन इज 25 plus 10Q. ठीक है. Suppose that government imposes a tax of 10 rupees per unit. How will equivalent price and quantity be affected? So you will calculate price and quantity without tax and after tax. Just compare before tax or after tax. Compare कर लेना. Before tax में MR equal to MC और after tax में MR equal to MC plus T. You can't get easier than this question. P इक्वल टू 200 minus 8Q और कॉस्ट है 25 plus 10Q. 200 minus 8Q. Let's solve this question. -8Q is demand function given. P is equal to 200 minus 8Q. First write TR. TR is P into Q. P is 200 minus 8Q into Q. So that will be 200Q minus 8Q square. From there calculate MR, differentiate it. 200Q का differentiation and minus 8Q square पावर से multiply कर दिया 16Q. This is your marginal revenue. And what is the total cost equation given? Total cost equation was given as 25 plus 10Q. 25 plus 10Q. 25 plus 10Q का मतलब है मार्जिनल कॉस्ट की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? 10. डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे Q के रिस्पेक्ट में विल बी 10. सो एट प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन you equate MR with MC. So 200 minus 16Q is equal to 10. That means 16Q will be equal to 190. Quantity will be equal to 190 by 16. ठीक है. इट इज़ 11.190 by 16, 11 point something. ठीक है. एंड कैलकुलेट किया किसने? 11.8 समथिंग. ठीक है, ऑलमोस्ट 8-9 आ रहे हैं. इस क्वांटिटी को कहाँ सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है? इस क्वांटिटी को सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है आपको डिमांड फंक्शन में टू गेट प्राइस. तो वहाँ से P की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे. एंड आफ्टर टैक्स व्हाट यू हैव टू डू? आफ्टर टैक्स यू विल सिंपली इक्वेट MR विथ MC plus T. MR calculated at 200 minus 16Q. So 200 minus 16Q is equal to MC was 10, quantity tax is also 10. So now 16Q will be equal to 180, quantity will be 180 by 16. ठीक है, बहुत एलिमेंट्री सा एक कैलकुलेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है, कोई कोर मैथ्स वगैरह कहीं रिमेंबर ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व नहीं होना है, ऑप्शन में तो नहीं इन्वॉल्व होगा कहीं, बट इफ़ यू गेट फ्यू न्यूमेरिकल लाइक दिस, ये अटेम्प्ट हो जानी चाहिए, मतलब इसमें कोई इशू इन्वॉल्व नहीं है, डिफ़िकल्टी नहीं है कोई. See, this is the process by which we'll be having continue the lecture in the sense whenever you are attempting any, when you are studying any topic like market structure, then in every class I will continue to show the question paper also. वो आपको, it is not something कि पहले syllabus complete हो जाएगा market का then I will go to the question, it is not. In every class, आज की क्लास में जो concept किया उसके basis पे क्वेश्चन बन सकते हैं, I will solve it. एंड ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम ये क्वेश्चन आपसे सॉल्व होते जाने चाहिए, जितने क्वेश्चन बनते जाए उसको मार्क करते जाइएगा कि हमने ये क्वेश्चन क्लास के अंदर ही सॉल्व कर लिया. रिमेनिंग विल बी सॉल्विंग इन द डेली आंसर, देन इन द टेस्ट एंड सो ऑन. ठीक है, ये फॉर्मेट बेसिकली कंटिन्यू रहेगा. दैट मीन्स नेक्स्ट विल बी कवरिंग द, देयर आर 2 क्वेश्चन इन फैक्ट. सी सिलेबस जो मैंने स्टार्ट में कहा कि सिलेबस में कहीं भी परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन लिखा हुआ नहीं है, इट इज़ ओनली रिटन मोनोपोलिस्टिक, डिओपोली, ओलिगोपोली. But you can find this question, in let's see this question in 2019 IES. Question number 20. We'll solve this. ये क्वेश्चन भी कह रहा है अंडर परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन. सी सिलेबस में कॉम्पिटिशन कहीं है नहीं, बट कॉम्पिटिशन के क्वेश्चन है. अंडर परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन द कॉस्ट फंक्शन इज गिवन एज, कॉस्ट का इक्वेशन दे दिया गया, कॉस्ट इज इक्वल टू वाई स्क्वायर प्लस 1. कह रहा है डिराइव द इनवर्स सप्लाई कर्व एंड शो हाउ सप्लाई कर्व लुक्स लाइक. द ओनली कंसेप्ट विच इज नीडेड इन दिस इज दैट इन द परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन मार्केट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व इज द सप्लाई कर्व, मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व इज द सप्लाई कर्व. देन आई विल सिंपली ओनली कैलकुलेट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व फ्रॉम हियर. वाई स्क्वायर प्लस 1 है, वाई आउटपुट है, तो यहाँ से मार्जिनल कॉस्ट की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी, मार्जिनल कॉस्ट विल बी इक्वल टू 2y. सप्लाई का मीन्स यू विल सिंपली राइट P इक्वल टू MC. So P is equal to 2y. This is the supply curve. तो इसको प्लॉट कर सकते हो P इक्वल टू 2y को. मुझे ग्राफ में प्लॉट करना, हाउ डज इट लुक लाइक पूछा गया है. तो हाउ डज इट लुक लाइक, दैट मीन्स आई विल सिंपली इक्वेट प्राइस विथ प्राइस इक्वल टू 2y है. P इक्वल टू 2y को अगर आप प्लॉट कर लेते हो, P इक्वल टू 2y मुझे प्लॉट करना है. आई एम प्लॉटिंग P इक्वल टू 2y. y यहाँ लिखना है, P यहाँ लिखना है. That means if y is 1 then P is, if y is 1 then P will be 2, if y is 2 then P will be, so what is the shape, straight line बन जाएगी. It will be a straight line. But इतना easy ये तो करना है, बट आपको एक और पॉइंट उसमें एक्सप्लेन करना है अभी. इनफैक्ट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व, सप्लाई कर्व तो होता है, बट नॉट द कंप्लीट मार्जिनल कॉस्ट कर्व. Only that part of marginal cost curve which is above the average variable cost curve. तो one more concept is there in that question. ठीक है, वहाँ से ये question begin करेंगे and then we will explain the long run supply curve also and then the condition for the market. ठीक है, we are studying basically, we have started with the market structure topic, and in the market structure right now we are doing perfect competition. So one more lecture still for the perfect competition, then we move to the oligopoly, which is the main content of this market structure topic, then monopolistic and then monopoly. So about 11 to 12 lecture will be taken to cover this market structure topic. ठीक है, साइड बाई साइड वो क्वेश्चन करते रहेंगे, और फॉर्म क्लास का ये होगा, आपको प्रॉपरली डिक्टेशन वो लिखना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली यू हैव टू राइट देयर फॉर either 10 mark question or 15 mark question or for 20 mark question. So you must have a very detailed write up ready there. ठीक है, any question from your side, कुछ पूछना हो? The will continue tomorrow same time पे. जो कंटेंट अभी पढ़ रहा है वो चैप्टर नंबर 5 है, माइक्रो का स्पायरल अगर आप लेते हैं, या स्टडी मटेरियल है जो सॉफ्ट में भी अपलोडेड होगा, फर्स्ट चैप्टर नंबर 5 से परफेक्ट कॉम्पिटिशन से स्टार्ट किया, कोर्स चैप्टर नंबर 5, ठीक है।